And I have on the line with me at this time no other than recording artist Precise. What's up, my brother?
What's good, DJ Mike Styles? How you feeling, man?
I'm good. I'm blessed, my brother. I'm blessed, definitely. I appreciate you taking the time out, come through my show.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Always.
All right. So, normally I like the artists to introduce themselves to the listeners. So tell the listeners as far as where you're originally from.
Well, I'm Precise from the south side of Chicago, Wild 100. Those who know. Grew up here all my life. I'm an MC. I'm an actor. I'm a writer. I'm a speaker. I consider myself a Renaissance man in 2018 for sure.
Absolutely. I like that. Renaissance man. Hey, speak volumes. You know what I'm saying? Speak volumes.
Yes, sir.
So as far as, and I have to say this, I like that name. I was like, yo, that's a nice name. As far as how did you come up with your name?
Well, the name Precise, basically, I used to call myself Steel, like Steel from Juice. I don't know how old you are. I'm dating myself, but
no.
Because I started off as a DJ. So I used to call myself, but then I got into Gangstar, and Gangstar had a song called Precisely the Right Rhyme. So the word precise always sounded dope to me, so I took it from there.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, that's a legend, definitely. And like I said, I like that. You got it from Gangstar, so definitely a good name. Now, hold up.
Sir.
And did I miss that you was a DJ at first?
Yeah, I DJ'd at first. So, I mean, it's a general hip hop story, but I grew up in Chicago. Used to go back and forth to NY. Once I caught that hip hop bug when I used to do that trip when I was younger. Came back, and if you know anything about Chicago is a city that's based on house music. And the time I was coming up, if you wanted to have anything to do with the house music, you either went to the parties or you DJ'd. So my homie John Evans, he hooked me up with 2 turntables, a belt drive, one was a belt drive, and a mixer for Radio Shack. And shoot, I got with it. I had a Panasonic and a Gemini. And I got into it, man. That's how I got into it.
Wow. And I'm glad you said about Chicago being the house music, because I remember, and I'm showing my age too, so we probably around the same age. But nevertheless, I remember that, house, when you wanted some good house music or listen to some house music, Chicago was the place. Absolutely.
Yes, sir. It still is. It still is.
Okay, no doubt. Definitely. One of my favorite shows that's out now, I have to say, is The Chi, which is on Showtime. I looked at this on the 3rd episode. I was like, this, since Power not on, I had to look at The Chi. Have you caught that, the show called The Chi?
I haven't had a chance to catch it just yet. I've caught snippets here and there. They've done a real good job of just capturing the essence of the city. And of course, 2 Chicagoans are basically behind it. So I support Common and I support Lena. They did an amazing job, and I'm proud of them for basically putting the city on their back and providing a story that the world needs to see.
Absolutely, definitely. So I know you said Chicago is house. So describe the hip hop scene in Chicago. How's that?
So if we look at a map and we put position where Chicago is, so we're smack dab in the middle of everything. So when you come to Chicago, you're getting a little bit of everything from coast to coast. So it's not as so much now, but when I was coming up, hip hop was real regional. So you can go around different parts of the city, hear stuff that's influenced from the West Coast, hear stuff that's influenced from the East Coast, and then hear things that are generally and traditionally Chicago type music. When I talk about Twister, Psychodrama, like the Crucial Conflict, those types of individuals.
Right.
And it's all just a mixture, a gumbo of styles and talent.
Okay. Absolutely. Like you say, you describe some of the legends out there, Crucial Conflict, and I know Lupe come from there, and Chance the Rapper,
yes,
Kanye. So definitely some dope artists.
Hey, Chicago artists have a way of placing a stamp in the industry with their art, and I'm very proud to be here, and I'm be from here, and I'm very proud that those brothers represent Chicago in the right way.
Absolutely. So where do your inspiration comes from when you're actually writing? Where do you get your inspiration?
You know, I draw inspiration from a lot of things. They generally everyday life, and then just what's going on around me, man. You know, people living, people dying, people struggling, people having victories. You know, just draw from that and try to put out the best energy that I can as I'm telling a story or as I'm delivering a verse.
Okay, yeah, you know what I'm saying. That's the best way to write as far as seeing it everyday life and things that's going on. So you kind of get your writing from that. So that's definitely dope. I like that.
Right.
So do you feel?
Word.
And some artists, they say that music is therapy for them. Like it makes them feel a certain way. Do you feel that way as far as music is therapy for you?
I do, man. There's something about there's an intangible quality to music that can truly affect your mood, and I don't think anybody can really explain it. And I find myself being drawn to it on many levels. So it's not just hip hop I listen to. I may listen to R&B. I may listen to country. I may listen to. I mean, it can be anything. Jazz. Just that quality when it's really good
Right.
and it's trying to, or it's been designed to pull that emotion out. It's amazing.
Absolutely. And like you said, it just gives you that. Like you said, you don't have your eggs in all in one basket. You listen to different music, and because it's some good music out there. It don't have to be hip hop. It don't have to be R&B. It's definitely some good music out there. And I like that you said
Yes,
that.
sir. Yes, sir.
Absolutely. And one of your quotes, you said, "My belief in God and knowing that He has given me a gift to share with the world has helped me to overcome that doubt, and I have no fear." You feel that what you have is a gift.
You know what it is that I think what happens with a lot of us, and this is because we're human, is that we become crippled by the fear of failure.
Right.
So what happens is if you never go forward and understand that you've been given a gift from the Creator to be great and to affect the world in a positive place, if you never make that movement, then you officially have failed then. So because I understand who the Creator is and the gift that He's given me and the power that encompasses, I'm walking boldly into my blessings and speaking loudly so that other people can hear this and walk into their blessing too.
Right, exactly, and I definitely agree with you on that. Because sometimes some people use their gift in a negative way. Some people don't use it at all, and then they waste their gift. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely agree. In fact,
they say if you want to go find the richest place on the planet Earth, go to a graveyard because there's a bunch of people that are buried with unrealized dreams.
yes.
I'm not trying to be that brother, man. I'm trying to keep going until I can't keep going.
Absolutely, and I definitely agree with you. So, nowadays hip hop is, they say hip hop music sounding the same, everything sounding the same. As far as describe your style and being different than any other style.
Well, my style is more traditional. When we talk about, boom bap and punchlines and really coming with a straightforward kind of delivery. Not to say that that's all I can do, but that's the source of my style. You got to remember, like, I'm inspired by people like, we talked about a little bit earlier. I'm inspired by people like Guru and KRS-One and Rakim. And if you know that pedigree, then you understand where I'm coming from.
Right. Lyricist. That's what it's all about, being a lyricist. And that's what those guys
Yes,
definitely was, a lyricist. And having meaning behind. And you know what? Like I said, I'm not knocking any other hip hop that's out there, but most time it's the lyrics. Some of the songs that's out don't have that lyricist. It's just a matter of just selling music. You know what I'm saying? And I'm glad.
But it's kind of like what we talked. It's kind of like what we talked about a little earlier. That feeling. So a lot of the music now may not lyrically have the basis of what people like you and myself are looking for. But a lot of it has a feeling that it draws out, and a lot of it is dope out here, man. Like the Tyler Creator's album is amazing. Rhapsody's album is amazing.
Yes.
I mean, there's a lot of good hip hop out here, man. Like I'm excited about where we're going with it.
And like you said, it is a lot of good. I think you know what though. I think sometimes the mainstream artists overflows some of the artists that's out there. You know, that's out there and doing their thing. Because like I said, some good music out there. And definitely, like I said, I listen to your songs and I like what you have and what you create. You know, what you coming out with, and I feel it. You know what I'm saying? So that's some good music. That feel good music. You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate that, brother. Thank you.
No problem, no problem. So speaking of that, as far as your song that you have out now, that old boom bap, how did that concept come about?
Well, a brother by the name of DJ Tech One from New York, he actually created a project called the Boom Bap Project. Well, basically, he's a DJ and he's a producer and an MC, and basically created these tracks and songs that focused around that original sound, the source of where hip hop was drawn. My manager linked me up with him. He sent me a track, and it immediately put me in the mind of what his project was, and I created a song called That Old Boom Bap. And really, the concept of that song is leaning on the conversation that we were just having. Is that, look, you know, I'm not hating on anything that's out right now, but we have to pay homage and respect where it came from, where the source is, and that's that old boom bap.
Right, absolutely, and I like that it has that old flavor and that boom bap music. I like that. You know what I'm saying? And
yes, sir.
So, do you have any upcoming projects that you're working on?
Well, I'm working on right now a project called Man of the Ages. I have a few singles out here right now. One is called Speak Life, and the other one is called Killer Joe. Both of them are, in terms of subject matter, are kind of on both ends of the spectrum. Speak Life is basically what I do every day, speaking life into our circumstance, speaking life into the lives of our friends and family. And Killer Joe is kind of a play on words and Chicago, you know. So if you're in Chicago and I see you on the street, I'll be like, "What up, Joe?" You know what I'm saying? Just like a general term, right?
Right.
But the story in A Killer Joe is about a young man and a young lady who, through their actions, are driven to the brink where they will be willing to take a life. So that's a joint that's right now on my Bandcamp. It's at precise.bandcamp.com, and you can hear Speak Life there also. And also these are on iTunes and every streaming service.
Okay. And that was one of my questions as far as for them to find your music. So basically, you told everybody where to find your music and
yeah. One more time, precise.bandcamp.com. You can get it there.
All right. Now, as far as any shows, as far as any either local or out of town, you doing any shows at this time or anything coming up?
I don't have any performances coming up just yet. I think there's some in the works, but I'm open and willing to do the proper show, in the right place.
Okay, absolutely. If you're ever in New York, that's where I'm at. So I know you come up here, come over sometime.
Oh, of course, I got a bunch of family in New York. That's nothing. I make that trip in a heartbeat.
Absolutely. So I always ask artists that come on, because everybody always give their advice. What advice would you give up and coming artists, or even artists that's actually out there? What advice would you give them?
Well, the most general advice I would say is basically be true to yourself, and also stay focused and steadfast on whatever your dream is. And don't let people talk you out of what you know that you can do. There's a climate out here through social media that it's kind of sick, because what it does, it takes the worst out of people, and it uses it to tear them down and shine a light on that.
Right.
So in that type of environment, in the midst of that environment, you have to remember where you come from and where your source is. Continue to keep pushing forward and never ever give up on your dream.
Absolutely. And like, as you mentioned, some people give up and, just say, forget about it, throw the top, they take defeat and forget about it. They don't want to continue, you know what I'm saying? But you got to push on, you know? Definitely have to push on. So, as far as any last minute shout outs or acknowledgement you want to give at this time?
Man, I want to shout out my kids, Nasir, Khalid, Shaheem, Naya, my family, my people out in Chicago. What's up, people? Everybody who tuned in, I love y'all. keep tuned in. And man, thank you for taking this ride with me.
Absolutely. Like you said, family first and always, and the supporters, they got to be behind you. So, absolutely.
Yes, sir.
So I want to thank you for coming through, and also continue support and continue success, rather, and keep doing what you're doing, brother. Definitely positive things. That's what we need right now. You know what I'm saying? World, we need some positive.
Yes, sir.
Things.
Yes, sir.
So before I let you go, I want you to go ahead and introduce your latest single to everybody, and hold on the line for me. All right?
For sure.
All right. You can go ahead.
Yo, what's up, world? This is your man Precise from the Go, Chicago. And right now you are tuned in with DJ Mike Styles. And he's about to hit the world with That Old Boom Bap by your man Precise, produced by DJ Tech One. Hey.
Yeah. Yo, you remember the first hip-hop album you bought?
No, man, I don't remember.
I think mine was Licensed to Ill. I got that from River Oaks Mall.
I remember that one.
And my mom's, I remember she bought me De La Soul is Dead from Sam Goody in the Plaza.
What?
Yo, it's something about that boom bap, man. I don't know what it is. Just keeps drawing me in. The kick and the snare, it speaks to me. It's a vibe that be seeping in secretly. My mind is elevated by the rhythm and groove, so I can motivate the mass, make bodies move. That's how I do. An MC by trade, and the breadth of the skill is embedded in my name. Precise. Yo, I'm so damn nice in everything that I do with this mic device. I was called long ago to put my stamp on this. 20 years later, got a clamp on this. And no, I ain't letting go. I got a job to do. Plus I'm exceptional. Got a problem, you can grab these testicles. Make a fool disappear like he in Mexico. In my PayPal where all of the checks should go. The boom bap is the spirit of this message, yo. Man, I ain't tripping on the golden age. Music changes all the time in the growing stage. And I ain't hating on the drill and trap, but it wouldn't be here without that old boom bap. Man, I ain't tripping on the golden age. Music changes all the time in the growing stage. And I ain't hating on the drill and trap, but it wouldn't be here without that old boom bap. Music is universal, just tap on in. You can lose yourself in rhythm and always win. My ears are wide open and I hear the light. It illuminates more when I'm behind the mic. I'm driven by the drive of the bass drum. Dum diddy dum. Chicago, the city where I'm from. Have more to multiply the vibration of the sum of the parts. This here is art. Filled with my soul, blood, sweat, and heart. It was the SP12 that provided the spark, yo. And I haven't been the same since. The world is changing every day. Still got the skill I came with. And it's raw in the mud. That's why the people yell more and be showing me love, And it's raw in the mud. That's why the people yell more and be showing me love. Man, I ain't tripping on the golden age. Music changes all the time in the growing stage. And I ain't hating on the drill and trap, but it wouldn't be here without that old boom bap. Man, I ain't tripping on the golden age. Music changes all the time in the growing stage. And I ain't hating on the drill and trap, but it wouldn't be here without that boom bap. Without that boom bap. The 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 boom bap.